All right, welcome back. It's time to spin the wheel for the second deck of the day. We just finished playing Angels to a 4-1 finish. Let's see what we're doing next. Gruul Possibility Storm. All right, so this is Gruul Possibility Storm, and the deck is built around playing a combo finish involving Possibility Storm. So what does Possibility Storm do? It says whenever a player casts a spell from their hand, they exile it, then they exile a card. They basically cascade into a spell that's the same type of spell and cast it regardless of how much it costs. And they put everything else on the bottom. So we are going to cast a sorcery into Possibility Storm, trigger that, and go find Enter the Infinite, which will draw us our entire deck. We will then put Borborygmos back in our deck as the one card that we put back. We will then cast Stonecoil Serpent for 0 mana, since it's in our hand. And since there's only one creature left in our deck now, we will find Borborygmos, and then we can just pitch all the lands we've drawn to bolt our opponent to death. Now, you may be asking, how do we run sorceries in the deck, but then make sure that the sorcery that we hit is Enter the Infinite? Well, we play cards that are technically not sorceries, but actually are sorceries. So, we have Lovestruck Beast, which we can cast on its adventure side, Heart's Desire, for 1 mana. We also have cards that learn for sorceries in our sideboard. So we have First Day of Class, which learns, and we have Gnarled Professor, which also learns. And using these learn cards, we can go find Environmental Sciences, 2 mana, go get a basic land, gain 2 life. Or we can grab Containment Breach, which is a naturalize that if the thing that we're destroying costs 2 or less, we get a pest token that when it dies, we gain 1. Or we can grab Pest Summoning, 3 mana, create 2 1/1 pests. Now, alternatively, so that is the main focus of the deck. Now, we also have, of course, 8 mana elves to get going faster. We've got Invasion of Ixalan, which can help us find the various permanents that we need. Like if we're missing Possibility Storm, it can find that. If we're missing Lovestruck Beast, it can find that. First Day of Class is whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1 counter on it and it gains haste until end of turn. Not really sure why this is in here, but I guess we can potentially do things with it. Like we can haste our Fables or whatever. Bone Crusher Giants, Fable the Mirror Breaker. We have Voldaren Thrillseeker, which is basically a creature that grants flinging powers to something else. And we have 2 Chandra Torch of Defiance. Now, another thing that's kind of interesting is that... Oh, and then 1 Sandstalker Moloch. 3 mana, 4/2 flash. When it enters, if an opponent casts a blue or black spell, look at the top 4. You may reveal a permanent and put it in your hand. But even if our opponent isn't on a blue-black deck, we can just play this as a 4/2 flash. So, essentially, one of the other things that this deck does is, if you have Possibility Storm out, even if you don't have the combo enabled, Possibility Storm is pretty good at disrupting your opponent from doing things. And you can also cast stuff into Possibility Storm to get other stuff. So if you cast a Mana Elf, maybe it spins and hits a creature that's a bigger creature than a Mana Elf. If you cast the Bone Crusher Giant as an instant, well, the only instant you have in your deck is First Day of Class, so you can grab that and then just like play a bunch of stuff. So this is the main thing you do. Does the deck not run Volcanic Spite / Fire Prophecy anymore to put key cards back in the deck? So this version evidently does not. So you could run either Valakut Awakening or, yeah, again, like Valakut Awakening or Volcanic Spite, which are instants that put cards back into your deck. So the only card you actually need to put back in your deck is Enter the Infinite, because if you draw it, then you can't combo anymore, and you can never cast Enter the Infinite, because you have no way of producing blue mana. So that is really the only downside there, but that requires then that you run like Volcanic Spite and whatnot. So this version of the deck is not running that. There's other versions of the deck as well, like sometimes the deck will run Kiora, since Kiora is another thing that helps ramp into your Possibility Storms, and it can trigger from you playing Lovestruck Beast, Bone Crusher Giant, etc. to draw cards. Sometimes the deck will run Glorybringer. Like there's various permutations of this deck. This is this version. So then we also have in the sideboard Alpine Moon, Immolation, which hits small creatures or makes our creatures bigger. 1 Pithing Needle, Ratchet Bomb, Weathered Runestone, Skoos for graveyards, Wrenn and Realm Breaker, which I'm not really sure why we have this. I guess this one technically lets our lands produce blue, so we can cast Enter the Infinite, but it's in our sideboard, so again, not really sure why this is here. Maybe just for like grindy matchups. Awakened Inferno, presumably for control. But anyway, that is Gruul Possibility Storm. So let's go ahead and run the second league of the day with the deck. I like this deck, but I don't know how well it holds up anymore. Yeah, I don't think it was ever great to begin with. I do think it's on the cusp of being great, though. It's got all of the things that you would need. It has like a solid mid-range value plan and a combo finish. And, you know, how bad can a Mana Elves into Fable the Mirror Breaker deck be? So I guess in this version, if you draw Enter the Infinite, you're just discarding it to Fable. All right, on the play, round 1. This hand is not good enough. We don't actually have... So let's see. We can turn 1, make a token, turn 2... And then, but then we can't do anything on turn 2, and if we miss our third land drop, then we're just dead. But if we don't miss our third land drop, then we have like Fable, Gnarled Professor, Voldaren Thrillseeker. The hand is really risky. If we don't find the third land, then it's just dead on arrival. Yeah, let's mold this. Well, we get to at least cast Fable on turn 3, so I guess I'm keeping this. Put back Karplusan Forest. All right, play Greenland, go. Forest. Oath of Nissa. All right, so Mono Green Devotion. This is not a great hand for combating that. It does, thankfully, at least they didn't have turn 1 Mono Elf ramp. Nykthos, they get off of the Oath. We do have Beseiju. All right, if they play Nykthos, I'm Beseijuing it. So let's just play this as the red land now, and then go. They did not play Nykthos. Another Oath, finding a Forest, and they have a Mono Elf. All right, back to us. So we'll play Rockfall Vale. We've only drawn lands, so let's play Fable the Mirror Breaker, and then pass to them. They did nothing, not even playing a land. I'm guessing that is just a mistake on their part. Yeah, mistake on their part. Discarding Stomping Ground, Karplusan Forest. Another 2 lands. All right, attack with the Shaman, play another Fable, and then play another land and pass. So I'm guessing they were trying to F6 through our turn, it skipped to their turn, and they F6 through their turn by accident. Kiora. Untap a land. All right, back to us. So one of the Fables flips. We drew another land. All right, discard Stomping Ground, Karplusan. Chat. Come on, what is happening? Double Llanowar Elves. All right, combat. Attack Kiora. Yield to the treasurers. Land, elf, and go. Still holding Beseiju for this Nykthos. There's Nykthos, but they don't actually have the devotion to make it any use right now. It is actually possible for... they just played their land drop, right? So they don't have another land drop. It is possible for Mono Green to get out of the Possibility Storm lock by flashing back Storm the Festival from the graveyard. All right, untap a land, so we'll Beseiju this in response. So now I get to do the reflection trick on their end step. It's another elf. If I swing both of the Shamans at Kiora, they block one with the Troll, and then they have to either let Kiora die or block with an elf. So I think I'm fine with that trade. And it gives me 2 more treasures to go off crazy with Kiki Jiki next turn. We also drew another Mono Elf, by the way. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. What if I also... No, I'm not going to swing with my elves. So attack Kiora, make some more treasures. So yeah, block. Reduces their mana by 1, reduces their devotion by 1. Oh no, do they have Beseiju? That's the only reason they would be tapping right now. Beseiju on this, so I copy this one in response. Then Beseiju resolves, use the ability, grab a land, go to damage, and then I have to stop in my own end step so that I can copy again. So end step trigger, copy again. And now to them. Karn, which shuts all my treasures off. Oh, that sucks. Well, no reason to do anything right now. So yeah, Karn. All right, what are they getting? Pithing Needle. And that shuts it off. So now we can't Needle. Now we can't do this in response because they're just going to all die on the end step anyway. Yep. All right. Fantastic. Tapped Lair. They do only have 1 blocker though, so we can get both of the Planeswalkers off the board. Okay, untap land with Kiora. Sure, play another Oath. Well, that makes killing Karn easier at least. Reveals a Forest. All right, so then the Reflection dies. Back to us. Okay, at least it's a relevant card. So let's see. So I Bone Crusher Karn, and then I can swing with both of my elves at it. They block one of the elves, Karn dies, and then I play Bone Crusher. Sure. I don't want to throw my Shaman away just attacking into this Troll. All right, so combat, Swing at Karn, swing at Karn. They block, Karn takes 1, we lose one of our elves. Then we stomp Karn, then we cast Bone Crusher, play Elf, and this still can't do anything, so pass. Opponent plays Forest. Storm the Festival. Kiora and Cavalier. Yep, they didn't get Nykthos at least. They do still have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn, and I don't have any good attacks into their board either. All right, please draw something relevant and not just more lands. I've been through 18 cards, and I've drawn 2 Fables and a Bone Crusher, and then 15 lands/Lano or Elves. What are my attacks right now? I can't kill Kiora off. I can't get them to a life total that matters. Can't activate Reflection. So I think I'm just doing nothing. Yep, so play this land, go. Remember, this is the game where our opponent F6 through their own turn, and this is what's going on. Oh, another Storm. Not even the one from their graveyard. Cavalier and Nykthos. Amazing. All right, so we're just super, super dead now, right? I guess I shouldn't have played this. Yeah, I shouldn't have played this in case I needed to learn and discard a card. All right, there's Nykthos mana. That is, let's see, 10, 11, 12. Kiora, go to 20. Double flashback on the Storm the Festivals. They should untap before. Note, Nykthos players, you should untap beforehand in case you hit another Kiora or Nykthos. All right, so now mono green does its mono green things. Second Kiora, make even more mana. So they have one storm. No, they have 2 storms in their graveyard. 3 storms in their graveyard? 1, 2, 3. They have 3 storms in their graveyard. Karn, all right, we're dead. I will concede the moment that I see the Stone Brain. All right, there's the Stone Brain. Concede. All right, so we drew 18 cards and found 3 spells out of all of that. Yeah. All right, so I guess I bring an Immolation to kill the elves. Alpine Moon to turn Nykthos off. Skoos can eat storms out of the graveyard or Cavaliers. Weathered Runestone stops all the other shenanigans. Needle for the Planeswalkers. So what am I cutting? This doesn't matter. Let's see. This definitely doesn't matter. Super slow. Don't really know why first day of class is in the deck. I do want, I guess, something that I can use to find Containment Breach and blow up artifacts, if that's relevant. So I do want to keep 1 learn card in my deck. Is Chandra any good? It doesn't actually kill their creatures, and it's slow. Yeah, so cut Chandra. I mean, I guess it gives us extra cards, so it's not exactly useless. How useful is Skoos? I can't Skoos their Cavalier hits. I can Skoos Old Growth Troll with its death trigger on the stack and storms out of their graveyard. All right, so I do want Skoos. I guess I'll cut Invasion. What else? Is the Fling plan bad? Probably. Possibility Storm also gets blown up by Beseiju, so it's not foolproof. Let's cut these, and then maybe I don't need these on the play. So let's get rid of that and bring in one thing. Bring in Invasion, 1 Thrill Seeker. All right, let's do that. So on the play for game 2, we have 1 land and can't keep this hand. Mulligan. All right, keep this. Throw back what? I don't even know what. I don't want to throw back either Fable, and I don't want to throw back Skoos because it's an actual play. And I'm not throwing back any of the lands. So am I just throwing back Possibility Storm? Or, nah, that can't be right. Am I supposed to throw back one of the Fables? I guess I'm throwing back one of the Fables. All right, Lair, go. Opposing Lair. Elf, all right. Drew Lovestruck Beast. Well, I'm just going to play Skoos. Pass the turn. But that does get us our combo. So now I just have to just get to the combo. Another Elf. Oath of Nissa. Opponent finds Nykthos. Pithing Needle. Okay. Play this. Attack with the Skoos. Then play Fable. And pass. So they play their Nykthos. Then they are paying triple green to play Troll. Sure. That unfortunately means we got to throw our Shaman away. Because I do need to make the treasure. Mirex. All right, so am I discarding Pithing Needle? So this turn I'm going land, attack, make a treasure token, play Possibility Storm. So I guess I'm not, in case that goes wrong. I want to have Needle around for Karn or something. So no. So go to combat, attack with the Shaman. They may not block this if they think that we have like Bone Crusher, because then we can like Bone Crusher, hit this, Skoos it. All right, they're just blocking it anyway. Sure. Play Mirex, play Possibility Storm. And go. Another land. What are they doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, they're Old Growth Trolling into a Old Growth Troll. Okay, then. So now they make 9 mana. One of the problems is Yeah, no blocks. One of the problems is Storm is the only sorcery in their deck that they play, so if they Storm, they're guaranteed to hit another Storm. All right, second main phase, make 9 mana. That looks like a Storm to me. Yep, Storm, trigger, new Storm. They have Cityscape Leveler main, so there's the Storm. All right, what do we get? Kiora and Karn. So they can Karn for an artifact, play it, and then spin into Cityscape Leveler. What did they just try to untap? They, I guess, misclicked again. If they have Cityscape in their main deck, they can just Karn for any artifact, play it. It'll spin their deck into Cityscape Leveler, and then they Leveler kill Possibility Storm. And then we just lose the game. Haywire Might. Yeah, sure. Haywire Might, flip into Leveler, right? Oh no, they took Haywire Might, so they find a creature. Oh my god, if they just picked any non-creature artifact, they would have spun into Leveler. But they didn't. They picked Haywire Might, so they spun into Old Growth Troll. All right. Love-Struck Beast, cast Heart's Desire, trigger, cast Enter the Infinite. All right, so now I need to find the Borborygmos. What? Did I miss it? There's Stone Coil. Where is it? There it is. Put that back. Cast this for 0. Trigger. Borborygmos. Shoot you. Discard a land. All right. Pitch all of our lands to kill them. Okay, game 3. I don't think I change anything. No, maybe I need these now to kill the elves on turn 1. So then what do I cut for that? Skoos is like so much worse when we're on the draw as well. So cut down one of those. What else? Chandra maybe? Yeah, I guess let's do that. All these misclicks and they still are competitive in these games. Nykthos sure is a deck. Yep. No, Wizards, I have no idea why people don't want to play Pioneer. What would ever give you that impression? All right, this hand has a lot of hate and has a turn 2 Fable. So obviously Runestone kills our own combo, but it's like good against what they're doing. Actually, no, it doesn't stop our combo, right? Because it exiles the spell first. They're not entering from the library or being cast from the library. They're getting exiled and then cast. Yeah, so it doesn't affect it. Lair of the Hydra. No turn 1 play. All right, Forest, Elf, go ahead. If they don't have a turn 1 play, that means they have to have Wolfwillow Haven. There's no hand in this deck that you can, in mono green, that you can keep that doesn't have turn 1 or 2 ramp in it. Beseiju, like to see that they're playing that. Wolfwillow on Lair. All right, play Crag Crown, play Fable, go. So what am I doing next turn? I can First Day of Class for Containment Breach and blow up their Wolfwillow Haven. That seems not great. All right, I'm almost certainly just Alpine Mooning Nykthos next turn. Another Wolfwillow Haven. And then Kiora untap, right? No, Old Growth Troll. All right, so no good attacks anymore. Ooh, Possibility Storm. Okay, so what am I binning, if anything? I can First Day of Class for one of these cards. This is a sorcery, right? Yeah. So I have to First Day of Class before I cast Possibility Storm. Do I get rid of Runestone here? They have the mana to play Storm next turn. So let's see what I want to do. I have 4 mana. I can go Alpine Moon on Nykthos, Runestone so you can't Storm the Festival, and then just pass? Yeah, so I don't think I actually bin anything. So no. Play Rockval, play Alpine Moon, name Nykthos, play Runestone. So no Storm the Festivals for you. And then we just pass. I could attack and make a treasure so that I can First Day. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Swing, make a treasure, they block. Then I cast First Day of Class, go find a sorcery. And then next turn I can just play Storm, and then next turn after that. The value of this Shaman token is basically nothing. It's essentially non-existent. Also, if they play Karn, I can't even use it anymore. Yeah, let's just attack with the Shaman. Swing, make a treasure. This is an instant, so I don't even have to cast it right now. All right, so they can't Storm, and Nykthos is off. Karn it is. All right, so First Day of Class in response. So now this doesn't even work anymore because now they can Karn for the artifact. Again, they screwed up the first game, but they might not screw up the second game. But I don't see anything else that I'm going to do. So let's just grab Environmental Sciences, I guess. I guess they can also just play Haywire Might right now since they have 1 mana left over. Grabs Pithing Needle. Huh. So they're going to Needle Reflection? No, they're Needle Borborygmos. Gotcha. All right. What am I doing? They still have 5 mana on their turn. Another Possibility Storm, eh? I guess I just run out Possibility Storm. Like, I don't know what else I can even do here. So naming Borborygmos doesn't actually matter because if I Possibility Storm into it, I'm going to draw my whole deck and then I just have Beseiju in hand to blow this up. So yeah, let's just play Possibility Storm, pass. Casting Pelucranos, Storm Trigger. What'd they find? Cavalier. All right. Forest minus Karn. The Stone Brain. Casts Llanowar Elves. Finds another Cavalier, it looks like. All right, Cavalier. Plays another Elf. They hit Cityscape Leveler, damn it. All right, so we lose. So now Leveler blows up Possibility Storm, and then it also gets attack triggers as well. So we can't even resolve the other Possibility Storm. They're blowing up Reflection. They're blowing up Reflection. But why though? But Possibility Storm. Okay, yeah, we take 4. Do they have Beseiju? No, okay. All right, cast this, trigger. Cast Enter the Infinite. Draw my whole deck, put Borborygmos back. Cast Serpent for 0. Put Borborygmos in play. All right, where's Beseiju? Channel Boseiju, targeting Pithing Needle. All right, we won. How? Just how? All right, round 2. So many things went wrong for them, for us to win. They misclicked multiple times, failing to untap stuff with Kiora and just skip through one of their turns. They grabbed Haywire Might instead of another artifact in their deck so that they didn't hit Leveler. And then when they finally did hit Leveler in this game, they blew up the wrong permanent. All right, on the play in round number 2. This hand is obviously missing like a good payoff, but it's otherwise fine. So we'll keep. So turn 1 Elf, and then I don't know if it's probably just play Lovestruck Beast and just start trying to race them. Obviously depends on what we're playing against. All right, green again. All right, well, let's just start racing them. Cast Beast, Goat. Immediately plays Old Growth Troll. Unfortunate. All right, swing with the Lovestruck Beast. I'm not gonna not swing. They're not blocking? Why wouldn't you immediately block? It just gets you more mana. Rockfall Veil, Elf, another Lovestruck Beast. Go. Oath of Nissa. Finds a forest. Plays another Oath of Nissa. Finds Llanowar Elves. Plays Llanowar Elves. Plays another Elf. Huh. So I can make Lair a 4/4, and then it just trades with the Troll. That doesn't seem great. So let's just attack with both Lovestruck Beasts. Swing, swing. No blocks again. All right, we'll just flash in Sandstalker at the end of their turn. They have 7 mana. Karn. Karn minus. Finds Haywire Might for some reason. Do they know what they're playing against, so they're grabbing this preemptively? All right, flash this in. Or do they just need a blocker that gains life? Thrill Seeker, they lose the game immediately. Back up on here, then shoot them. All right, so same deal. Weathered Runestone, Needle, Immolation, and Alpine Moon, 1 Scooz, and cut the Invasions, one of the Professors, one of the Chandras, the Sandstalker Moloch, one of the Thrill Seekers, and the other Professor, and run this back. By the way, I figured out what the first day is for. It's so that if you only have an instant in Bone Crusher, you can Bone Crusher for first day and then use that to find your sorcery. We have the combo, but no like actual way to ramp into it. And we're on the draw. I do have a Beseiju to stop Nykthos. I'll keep. Land, no turn 1 play. All right, well, let's just Alpine Moon Nykthos right now. Second Forest, plays Wolf Willow. All right, there's Bone Crusher Giant, so I guess I just hold up Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, go. 3 mana for Kiora. Untap the Wolf Willow. Plays an Old Growth Troll. Gets to draw a card. All right, just stomp Kiora. Playing Bone Crusher is not great, but the alternative is just hold Beseiju up in case they have Nykthos. So let's just shock this in and then play Bone Crusher. I also have Alpine on Nykthos anyway, so yeah, let's just play Bone Crusher. 4 mana, 5 mana for Cavalier, draw a card, mill a bunch of stuff. They mill the Storm over. They have 8 mana right now with Kiora. Another Wolf Willow. So now they can flash that back next turn. All right, well, not playing Lovestruck. I'm not going to channel Soken's on, like almost certainly I'm not channeling it. So let's just play this tapped and then just play Possibility Storm next turn. All right, pass to the opponent. 3, untap, another 3. Put it up. Flashback Storm. Karn, Oath. Karn's a problem. They found Old Growth Troll off of the Oath. Karn minus. Grabs Leveler. So casting Possibility Storm doesn't even do anything now because they just get to Leveler it. So I have to wait. So yeah, I have to play this and then I just have to wait a turn so that I can Possibility plus Lovestruck in the same turn. So I guess we'll just play Fable and pass. All right, Leveler, blow up Alpine Moon, sure. Draws a card off Kiora. Untap Wolf Willow. There's the Nykthos. I actually cannot afford to Beseiju this right now because I need the extra mana next turn guaranteed. I can't stop them from making the mana anyway. Another Cityscape Leveler. That is fine by me. Cityscape Leveler blows up Fable. Sure. Draws another card. Plays Old Growth Troll. Draws another card. Swing, swing. All right, now we win, right? Play Besage as a land. Play Possibility Storm. Cast Heart's Desire. Trigger. Go get Enter the Infinite. Borborygmos back. Cast the Serpent for 0. Trigger. Grab Borborygmos. And shoot him. All the bolts. All right, we won. So on to round number 3. On the play again. All right, this is fine. Keep this. So shock that in, play Elf, and go. What are we up against? Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Fatal Push our Elf. All right, land, go, holding up Bone Crusher. Blackcleave Cliffs. All right, so probably Rakdos midrange. Come on, play Blood Tithe. You know you want to. Oh, all right, Rakdos Sac. Cauldron Familiar. All right, I guess I just shoot that then. No, they have Village Rites. Oh, they're Fatal Pushing their own guy. Sure. So that we don't get our Bone Crusher. Ooh, Lovestruck Beast. Well, I can't attack with it anyway, so yeah, I need to find lands, but otherwise this is fine. I do have the Gnarled Professor as well, but let's just pass. Swamp. All right, there's Fable. That is not the land I was looking for, but very well. So now they get to attack with the Shaman, loot a bunch. So I could play Lovestruck Beast just as a blocker, and then what am I doing next turn? I think it's probably better to just wait. This is the maximum chance of being able to combo off. So let's just wait. And then if I find a land, then I just play Possibility Storm. If I don't find a land, then I just play Chandra or Gnarled Professor, go find a sorcery. They discarded nothing. That doesn't bode well for us. All right, so make a treasure, 15. Blood Tithe, plays another land. All right, so we found a land, so now let's just slam Possibility Storm. And then we just win next turn. Opponent rummages with the blood token and then discards Deadly Dispute. Really? All right. Oh yeah, because they're not going to be able to resolve it. So it's the most costly thing in their hand, basically. Reflection flips. So they're Rakdos, so as far as I know, they have no answer to this. The only answer they could have is the Thoughtseize us, and they have to, like, find another Thoughtseize. Yep, Thoughtseize. Possibility Storm trigger. They just found the Thoughtseize. Okay, so they Thoughtseized into Thoughtseize. So now they take Lovestruck Beast. And then we are actually in danger of dying. Yep. So if I Gnarled Professor here, it randomly spins and I could maybe hit like an elf or something, which is bad. If I cast Chandra, the only other planeswalker in my deck is Chandra, so I will guarantee hit a Chandra, at which point I don't even know what I do with that. Just kill Reflection, and then it dies. Claim the Firstborn, trigger. 32 cards entered the revealed zone. What's in their deck? Standard stuff. And they just found another claim, so now they get to haste their Kiki Jiki. Oh man, this is so dumb. Thoughtseize into Thoughtseize, claim into claim. We're actually going to die next turn. We're literally dead on board. Unless I do what? Chandra into Chandra, kill the Reflection, then I'm still taking lethal off of what they have in play already. Possibility Storm Witch's Oven into another Witch's Oven, that makes sense. Then they can get the Familiar back. Ooh. So Bone Crusher, go get first day, win game. Bone Crusher, trigger Possibility Storm. What a top deck. First day of class. Cast, grabbing Environmental Sciences. Cast Environmental Sciences. Trigger. Enter the Infinite. All right, let's go find Borborygmos. Put that back. Stone Coil, 0. Grabbing the Borborygmos. Shoot the opponent. All right, we have won. On to game 2. What do I want? Scooz eats the cat out of their graveyard. They also play Croxa, so it eats that as well. Weathered Runestone prevents them from doing cat loops. What else? Also prevents them from casting Croxa from the yard. Let's see. Needle can name Oven or Reflection or Blood Tithe Harvester. Is that good enough? I think I'm still just trying to combo kill them, right? Also, Scooz is bad against, like, them stealing our stuff, but maybe that's fine. Gnarled seems really... as does Chandra. Chandra and Gnarled seem really bad here. Let's see. Immolation, it just kills, like, Blood Tithe. I don't care about that. I don't care about this. Alpine Moon's irrelevant. This stays sideboarded. That stays sideboarded. That stays sideboarded. Don't care about this. Do I care about Ratchet Bomb? I can, like, kill off Witch's Oven, but I don't really care about that much. So the only question is, do I want Pithing Needle or not? I don't think I really do. This is probably fine. Hello, Grim. Welcome to the chat. All right, let's run this. So we're in game 2 against Rakdos Sac. All right, well, this hand has a Stonequill Serpent in it, which is unfortunate because we never want to have that in our opener, but other than that, the hand's great. So keep this. Obviously, the hand gets dismantled by Thoughtseize or anything that kills the Lano or Elves, but, you know, you can't say, like, this hand's great except if our opponent interacts with us. Well, there's the Thoughtseize. So it's one of these. I'm not sure which one they take. Probably just Fable, right? Fable's the best card in our hand. Maybe they take Possibility Storm since they don't actually have any answers to it. Took Elf, sure. That's a draw. All right, play this tapped. Blood Crypt. Plays Blood Tithe Harvester. All right, I think I actually am just supposed to run out Stonecoil right now. It's pro multicolor, so this can't attack it or shoot it. All right, Fatal Push, very well. Duress. So now they take Fable or Possibility Storm. I don't think they have that quick of a clock against us. They only have 1 3/2 in play and 2 cards in hand, so it may actually be better for them to just take Possibility Storm, given their position. Since if we ever resolve it, it's so bad for them. All right, no, they just took Fable. All right, since I drew the second one, I'm just going to play Lovestruck Beast. No reason to just keep taking unnecessary damage. Rummage the Blood, Unlucky Witness. They have no attacks. All right, play this tapped, go. Witch's Oven, sack the Witness. Finding Duress, unfortunate. Unfortunate. So they take our Possibility Storm. They still don't have any attacks, though. So, ooh. All right, let's just start beating them. So make a 1/1 and then attack with the Lovestruck Beast. I think it's more mana efficient to... No, they have the Witch's Oven up, so maybe I'm just supposed to kill this now. Because the Witch's Oven prevents us from shooting it next turn. All right, so just kill it now. That does prevent us from deploying more stuff, but that's fine. All right, so now we're just on the beatdown plan, since they stripped everything out of our hand. They had nothing. I actually win on the spot if they can't answer Lovestruck Beast. Voldaren, sack the food. Doesn't matter. This is exactly lethal. It's actually one more than lethal. Back up here. Combat. Swing, swing. All right, we beat Rakdos Sac. On to round number 4. So basically the deal with the Volcanic Spites / Valakut Awakening is if you run those, then you can't run First Day of Class. So yes, there is always the possibility that you will just draw Enter the Infinite naturally and then you can't combo anymore and it's a dead card in your hand. But with First Day, it gives you an extra 4 hits from your Bone Crusher Giants to find the combo once you have Storm. So I think it probably is worth the trade-off. All right, we're on the play again. Have we been on the play 4 times in a row? We don't have a second land though, so mull this. All right, that's pretty good. Keep this, and what am I pitching? I guess an elf, right? Yeah? All right, get rid of an elf. Karplusan. Oh, I should have played Mirix. All right, that's fine. Play elf, go. Opponent plays a forest and does nothing. I don't want to play this in case it's the only out that I have for the combo, so let's just play a land and attack them. Another forest. Wolfwillow Haven. Sure. Mirix, and then I'm going to make a token. So Mirix, go. Boseiju. Like to see that they're playing that. Kiora. Untaps Wolfwillow. Plays Old Growth Troll. Draws a card. All right, make a Might. All right, slam Possibility Storm. Pass to the opponent. This does mean if they cast Karn, they can potentially spin it into another Karn. Or Kiora. All right, so spin Wolfwillow into either Wolfwillow or Oath. What'd they reveal? Is this pretty standard? So they hit another Wolfwillow. This looks standard. So that gives them 6 mana. So they can Storm. I'm not really sure what the holdup is here. If they have Storm, they should just play that. All right, they do have Storm. Yeah, what was the holdup there? Revealed 31 cards. Stock stuff here. Wait, what? They didn't find anything? How did they not find anything? Do they just have every Storm in their deck in their hand? I guess that's what they have. All right. Cast Stomp, trigger, First Day of Class, cast, learn for this, play this, trigger, Enter the Infinite, go find Borborygmos, casting the Serpent, trigger, cast Borborygmos. All right, so same deal here, yeah. Alpine Moon, Immolation to kill elves, 1 Scooze, to eat graveyard stuff, Weathered Runestone, Needle, Gnarled, Invasion, Chandra, this thing doesn't matter, and I've been cutting one of these each time, but maybe I'm supposed to cut Chandra. Let's cut one of these. All right, submit. On the draw against Mono Green, we have only 1 land, but we do have all the pieces that we need. How many lands are in the deck? 23. So again, it's 1 in 3 shot. We're on the draw. Worst case scenario, I'm going turn 1 elf, turn 2 stomp one of their elves. I'm going to keep land elf. All right, land elf. So best case is we draw another land here and play Fable. Actually, even if I drew another land here, I'd probably still just shoot the elf. Kiora untaps the land, plays Oath. Oath finds Nykthos. All right, we did find another land. So I can either, so they have 2, and they're going to get Nykthos next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is enough to play Cavalier or like whatever. It's, even if I kill this, it's still enough to just play Karn. So it was my best bet to just play Fable, and then I do need to find more lands as well. It's probably just play Fable. Yeah, so let's just play Fable, and this way the Fable can loot us into more lands. This deck makes me wonder if anything from Wilds of Eldraine can slot in. I don't know that I've seen anything from Wilds that would slot in. All right, Cavalier, yep. They also didn't play their Nykthos, so they still have one. The Cavalier bricked. Didn't find Storm either. All right, what am I discarding? 100% I'm discarding Chandra. And the Voldaren's Thrill Seeker, right? So I need to find another land, and the other land is going to be just play Possibility Storm, right? Or maybe I don't do that. I just wait a turn so that I'm not subject to getting blown up by Beseiju. So I probably want to play this elf. So yeah, let's go Voldaren, Chandra away. All right, there's another land. So play that. And then I'm just elf stomp the elf. And then that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn unless they find Karn. So maybe I just play Fable then. They have what? So Nykthos has 1, 4, 5, 6 devotion. It's not really a difference if I kill one of that. It essentially reduces 2 mana from them if I kill Llanowar elves. So if I'm not playing Storm this turn, then I need to ensure that I have the mana to Storm plus Lovestruck next turn. And if they play Karn, I don't have it off the treasure token. So I therefore need to play Elf plus Fable. All right, so Elf plus Fable. So this Fable can loot me into a land if I don't find one, even if they have Karn to stop treasures. The alternative would have been that I just run out Possibility Storm, but there's multiple ways that can backfire. If they have Beseiju, they just Beseiju it, and then we have no way of winning from there. If they have any Planeswalker, they can play it and potentially spin into Karn. If they're main decking Leveler, although I don't think they are because we saw a ton of cards out of their deck, but if they are main decking Leveler, that means any creature can potentially spin into Leveler. Storm also just finds Storm anyway, and then they Karn, and then they Karn for an artifact. So one of the things is, even if you have no mana left over, if you're the mono green player, you can just go, if you have Karn and your opponent has a Possibility Storm, you can just grab Tormod's Crypt out of your sideboard, cast it, spin into Leveler, blow up Possibility Storm. So they have 5 cards in hand, one of which is Nykthos. So I imagine they're going to go Nykthos. So they can afford to play something that costs 2 besides Nykthos. And then they can make between 10 and 12 mana, depending on what else they play. Nykthos, Wolfwillow Haven. So Nykthos makes 7. Old Growth Troll trigger. Untap with Kiora. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Crack the Wolfwillow for a wolf token? And then fizzle everything? So they just don't have anything in their hand. Okay. So they just have nothing. All right. Combat, I need to get the treasures in order to do this. Swing, swing. Block, block. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Shaman tokens die. Play Possibility Storm. Cast Heart's Desire. Trigger. Yield. Enter the Infinite. All right. Opponent knows they are dead. 4-0 with this deck. On to round number 5. I was not expecting to be 4-0 with this deck. All right, we're finally on the draw for round 5. All right, hand looks great. Keep. What are we up against? Plain. All right, mono white humans. So Lair, Elf, go. Double genre is actually going to be pretty good here too. Coppercoat. I can actually trade with this, but I don't want to because I want to play Fable. So, ooh, Stomp. It's more mana efficient to play Fable. Thalia is a bit unfortunate. All right, I'm snap blocking this. Actually, am I? I can attack, make a... No, so if I attack, it just dies to Thalia anyway. Yeah, so let's just block. All right, so I'm going to stomp that, and that costs me 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, which I actually do have enough for. So what am I getting rid of is the only question. I guess I'm getting rid of this elf because I don't need it. But that's it, I think. I think I'm just discarding the elf, and that's it. I guess I can also just kill Coppercoat off. The Thalia is not really that much of a problem. I have so much mana. So if I go discard a land, then I go land... Elf, Bone Crusher to kill Coppercoat Vanguard. And then next turn, I still have enough mana to play Chandra. All right, let's discard a land. Another elf. So play this. Bone Crush on the Coppercoat. Play an elf and go. Thala's Lieutenant becomes a 3/2. They didn't attack. Why wouldn't they attack? We drew Enter the Infinite, unfortunately. So I can just go Chandra, kill Thalia off. All right, kill Thalia and go. All right, so they've conceded this game. So against humans, I'm going to want Immolation. Don't really want Scoos. Probably Ratchet Bomb's good. And then that's that. So Invasion is slow and gets taxed by Thalia, so I don't want that card. What else do I not want? This doesn't do anything. It's also got pretty poor toughness, so it just trades with stuff. And we're also on defense, so flinging stuff at our opponent isn't very good. Actually, that is probably a reason to play Sandstalker over Thrillseeker, although Thrillseeker is a 3/3 and can kill creatures. Yeah, never mind. So let's put that back. Maybe I actually want it even more than Gnarled Professor in that case. Or Chandra, one of those. Cheaper, therefore more money efficient, therefore cut a Chandra. All right, submit. All right, turn 1, Lovestruck. We have Borborygmos in our hand, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. Plays Recruitment Officer. All right, Lair, cast Heart's Desire, go. If they do not have Thalia's Lieutenant, I will snap trade this. All right, trade. Another Lovestruck. It's probably better to just play Ratchet Bomb right now and get it going. So play that, play Ratchet Bomb, go. Thalia's Lieutenant. So attack us for 3. All right, put a counter on the bomb, untap, land, and then just play Lovestruck Beast since it's big enough that it just blocks everything. Mutavault. Opponent plays Wedding Announcement. All right, put a charge counter on this. So they make a 1/1, which triggers Thalia. So do I just blow the Ratchet Bomb right now and then go the beatdown route? I can blow Ratchet Bomb and then play Elf plus Lovestruck Beast and just start beating them, or Elf plus Fable start beating them. That's probably correct. Sack Bomb, blow up those things, play Elf, combat, attack with Lovestruck, then play a land, and then play Fable. And then Fable can discard Borborygmos for sure, and then another, maybe probably first day of class out of our hand. Opponent plays Giant Killer on Lovestruck Beast, then plays Giant Killer, and then makes a token. I'm actually not that far away from even being able to cast Borborygmos. So I can first day of class for Containment Breach and then kill Wedding Announcement, which actually may be the correct move. I have the mana to do it, right? Yeah. So I think I've been nothing. So play a land. Let's attack with the Shaman. Swing. Make a treasure. They can't just go block, block, and then I kill their Giant Killer. They are not blocking. I'm 1 mana away from casting Borborygmos. So first day of class, find Containment Breach, breach this, and then cast Heart's Desire, which is a 2/2 from the first day static. All right, and then pass. And then next turn, the Shaman can attack, and then I can just play Borborygmos. Oh, wow. 5-0 with Gruul Possibility Storm. I was definitely not expecting this deck to be the one I 5-0 with. All right, so closing thoughts on the deck. So as demonstrated, it's obviously very interesting that the deck has a combo game plan, but it also has a pretty good, like, damage game plan. You saw in multiple games where we just pivoted into beating down with Lovestruck Beasts and whatnot. I think the cards that I'm not happy with in the deck are, so we never actually played Invasion of Ixalan, so I don't know like to what degree they're useful, but they feel not useful. Also, Sandstalker Moloch, I have no clue why this is in the main deck. Similarly, all of the 4-drops feel bad. They feel like too slow for either plan. Like they're not good in the combo plan, for example, because if you have possibilities, like you have to play Gnarled Professor and then go grab the Environmental Sciences. And then even as a 5/4 with Trample, it usually doesn't stack up too well against anything, whether you're playing against aggro or like a mid-range deck. It seems like a 5/4 with Trample should be pretty good, but it's not actually. And then Chandra, same deal. Like both of them are essentially like big beefy value cards that also help you to get to your combo. Gnarled Professor goes and finds the sorcery. Chandra gets you more mana, and they can also just, and if you're not comboing, then this is just a big 5/4 that can rummage. This will just exile cards off the top. They don't feel great though. So if I were to change anything, I would look to replacing these and see if there's something else you can do with them. The Thrill Seekers are also, they're fine. I don't know if there's anything better to play over them. but I'd primarily look to see if there's anything better than these cards right here. Also, I wish that there was a big bomb lesson in the sideboard. So there's the one, what is it called? Exhibition Mascots or something, or Mascot Exhibition. So this card, 7 mana, make a 2/1 with flying, a 3/2, and a 4/4. There are like big rare bomb lessons that are not amazing, but I do wish that we could replace like one thing in the sideboard with these, because there are times where you might have a lesson, but you may have like a thing that can go grab a lesson, but you don't actually have the combo, in which case your only options being fetch a basic land, make 2 1/1s, or naturalize are just not great. So I feel like I would want to cut something from the sideboard, and I have no idea why Wrenn and Realmbreaker is in here. Maybe that's cuttable. Maybe it's one of the other cards, not sure. Anyway, that is the basic thoughts on the deck.